everyone, thank you so much for being here today with me. My name is Vivian, and in this video I'm gonna talk a little bit about the energies of the week and how the astros are influencing your life. So come check it out. So we start this Sunday with a very special transit, that is Venus that was in the sign of Cancer now transitioning into the sign of Leo. And Venus is going to be in the energy of Leo until October 2nd, and how that is influencing us. So Venus is the planet that rules our relationships with ourselves and with everyone else. And it also talks about our love and how we understand and express love. And now transitioning into the sign of Leo, that is a fire sign that talks a lot about our individuality, about our leadership, about our courage, and our authenticity too. Leo is the sign that talks about of the totality of what we are, of who we are. So having Venus in this sign, it's going to be a very special moment for us to look at those things that we're not integrating about ourselves, and giving us the opportunity to do that, to look at those parts of ourselves, the ones that we consider the shadows, and why we're not integrating them. So how we can bring more love and balance into those things, and those things that we're not super proud about ourselves, but it can really help us to shift that perspective to integrate the totality of who we are. And Leo is considered a light-hearted sign too, so we might feel that in our relationships too. We might be feeling more enthusiastic about our relationships with other people and with ourselves, and more playful too. And from Sunday until Tuesday at 11:29 Hawaiian time, we have still the full moon in Taurus. So especially for this Sunday, having the moon in an earth sign, it's very nice for us to connect with nature and allow ourselves to relax and to recharge, so we can start this week at full force. And on Monday, we can use this energy of the moon that is still in Taurus to bring more consistency and stability to start our week. So if doing to-do lists or goals of the week is something that you're not doing yet, I highly recommend that you start on Monday, because having the sun in Virgo that is bringing a lot of practicality into our lives, and now having the moon also in a sign of Earth, it's very good for us to use that organization and that discipline and consistency into the things that we want in our day-to-day life. So let's use this energy to solve problems that we've been procrastinating and find solutions that we haven't thought about yet. And then from Tuesday until Thursday, we're gonna have the moon now in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is a great energy for us to study, to do connections with people that we might be needing to put some plans in action right now. Especially with the full moon, we might be having a lot of ideas, and Gemini rules this energy. So here we have our mental activities getting more and more intense, especially with the full moon. We might be receiving new ideas. And the tip here, because in the full moon we tend to be more sensitive and feeling things in a deeper level. So if perhaps you feel like you're too much agitated because your mind is all over the place, here it's good for you to get your to-do list and keep yourself in check, because sometimes when the moon is in Gemini, we don't know where to put our attention. We have so much that we want to do, and it's nice to prioritize on these days that the energy is going to be in Gemini. Another thing that can help is to start your day in these days. You can focus in activities that help your mind to slow down. So whether it's meditation or doing exercise or going for a walk, whatever it works for you in a way to help you to calm your mind, so you can actually focus in the ideas that you might be having on these days. And on Wednesday, we're gonna have Mars that is in Aries, is starting to retrograde, and this retrogradation is gonna go from Wednesday until November 13th. Mars is the planet that rules the first sign of the zodiac. So it's the energy of beginning, initiation. It's the energy of courage and pioneering. And periods where the planets are retrograde, it's like the universe is inviting us to review. And as the planet of Mars is retrograde, it's like we are reviewing our initiations. We are reviewing our courage, our energy. So here the universe is inviting us to review if we are focusing our energy in what we want to manifest. So for this next 2 months, what might be happening for us is that we are reviewing. We have so many things going on right now and so many things changing. And Mars is inviting us to think, okay, when everything really goes back to normal, do I want to focus my energy in what I'm focusing now? The changes that I want to do in my life. Am I dedicating myself into these things? So Mars is making these questions to us. And now it's a moment that instead of going and doing things, it's more of a moment of thinking about the things that we want to do and how we can structure and plan ourselves to do those things with full force when this energy is flowing again. And in this period where Mars is going to be retrograde, I like to share a couple of things that might happen for us. So first, we need to be aware because our energy levels can actually drop a little bit, and that's normal. It's just the universe trying to help us to go inwards a little bit and reflect a little bit more. Another thing that can happen is that because Mars is retrograding in the sign of Aries, it's a lot of fire energy, and sometimes when we get confused and we don't know what to do with our courage and with our energy, we tend to feel frustrated or angry or anxious. So here we need to be aware of this energy and try to watch ourselves to don't fall into this low frequency. Whatever we can do to bring more tranquility to our days and help us to go through this process and focus our energy the best we can, that will help us a lot to go through these periods. And Wednesday and Thursday, we're gonna have a trine that is going on within the Sun that is in Virgo and Jupiter that is in Capricorn. We have these two earth signs here helping us to keep us grounding while this fire is going through some reviewing process. So it's nice for us to use the practicality of those signs to still get the things done that we want to do this week, and to help us to keep our commitment to whatever we said were our goals for this week. And here we have the Sun and Jupiter talking to each other, and both of those astros talk a lot about our essence and the things that we believe truly in our heart. And having this energy in signs of Earth, it might be a moment where we might be finding solutions in how to create a structure and how to create a day-to-day life in which we believe. Sometimes it can be some simple changes that we can do, like new habits that Virgo really encourages us to do, new healthy habits, new commitments that we can do to ourselves that can really resonate with this energy. And then in the end of the day, we're gonna have the moon starting the waning cycle. And the waning cycle is a moment where we're gonna be reviewing everything that we went through in this lunar cycle. So the full moon came and brought clarity to the things that we experienced. And in the waning moon, it's the moment where we're gonna reflect upon those things. It's a moment where we're gonna look what worked for us and what didn't work, so we can make the adjustments in order to keep following our dreams and keep having a life in where we believe what we're doing. And then Thursday at 11:24 p.m. we're gonna have the moon leaving the sign of Gemini and ingressing in the sign of Cancer. So here this waning moon is inviting us to pay attention to ourselves, to our emotions. It's okay if we're feeling a little bit lower. Sometimes we are so focused in everything that we're doing to the outside world or to our family or people that we love that we kind of forget a little bit of ourselves. And this moon in Cancer is going to help us to think, what can we do better to do the things that I have to do, but also pay attention to the things I need to do. And we might be feeling this very intense because of an aspect that is going on this Friday and Saturday that is in a position in between the Sun in Virgo with Neptune that is in Pisces. And the Sun in Virgo is calling us to be practical, to be assertive, to be productive. And Neptune in Pisces is asking for us to give voice to our dreams and listen to our intuition and to be compassionate with each other, with our emotions. So here in the oppositions, we have this argument in between the energies where we think that we can only be productive or we can only be dreamers. But actually, whenever this opposition happens, it's the universe creating some kind of tension or discomfort in order to show us that we need to integrate both energies. We need to make them work together in our favor. And here it's okay if you feel like, oh, I'm working, but I actually wanted to be resting, or vice versa. Or you can't rest because you think that you should be working. So here, try to find balance in how you can get both energies satisfied. And then Saturday at 1:41 p.m. is the end of Jupiter retrogradation in Capricorn. And Jupiter retrograded in Capricorn, it made us review a lot of things, and we can clearly see this with everything that is happening on the collective right now. It made us think, is it this structure that we live in really resonate with the values that we truly believe in our hearts? And Jupiter expands everywhere it touches. And in the energy of Capricorn, it expanded themes in regards to our structure so we could actually see how we feel about them. And now Jupiter going back to its direct movement, we might be able to find how we can align those two energies, how we can start now living a life that we are happier living. I know that sometimes it's hard for us because we look at the whole pie and it's so hard for us to try to change something because we think that it's not really worthy doing whatever we feel like doing because we're not going to change society and we're not going to change the world. But I truly believe that Jupiter in Capricorn now is telling us you can change. You can change if you start with yourself. You start yourself, you start your structure. You start to live a life where you're structured in something that you believe, that your structure resonate with your values, and you are changing society and you are changing the world. So I think that is a very beautiful invite that we are receiving. And whenever we act with Jupiter in the high frequencies, we realize that life can be happier, can be more abundant, and it can flow better whenever we are truly connected with our heart values. So here there's a beautiful invite and a beautiful opportunity that needs to go through some changes that they might be challenging, but whenever we follow those things, we see that our lives just work better. So those were the energies of this week. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and share with a friend. So I hope you guys have a blessed week. I see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.